Well, we surpassed 100 subscribers. Now, it doesn't seem like such a big deal, but it's a pretty big deal to us. It's a small milestone for content creators, and we appreciate all 101 of you. Hopefully you stick around. We got some more content to put out. It's winter, so we won't be doing much outside, so a lot of it's going to be inside stuff, maybe a little bit different. I don't know. We're just going to wing it. I don't know where it's going to go. Well, today is the day. We need to move our pantry down into the basement so that it doesn't freeze in the winter or cook in the summer. We've been lucky with the weather, keeping at a nice mild temperature in November and December, but now the weather has turned, so we need to get this downstairs. But before we could move it downstairs, we needed to demo downstairs because it stunk. Now I'm going to work on the really stinky part. If you could smell through that screen, well, no insulation. It's no mystery of why it stinks in here. A lot more potential down here. The smell is gone. Surprisingly no mold. I mean, there's a bit in that corner, but I just sprayed it with bleach and washed it down. That's all done. Let's bring this down. So over the last couple days, we've been working on getting the food and supplies downstairs out of the ice-cold garage. We set up some storage for it down here. We just need to organize it. And we'll finally have a climate-controlled pantry, which is good. And a new system, and a proper system for our overstock. Toilet paper, emergency supplies, stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing today. So in a previous video, I had mentioned having 72 hours worth of food and water for emergencies. We've been slowly building on that to get 3 months worth of food and water, and eventually move on to a year's worth. That's our future goal. Some people might say that we're just hoarding food. I suppose on the surface, it might look like that. But hoarding is typically a compulsion to collect, and it's usually done irrationally. Having food stored away is entirely rational. It's actually an insurance policy. Our food system is fragile, and any one small thing could cripple it. Disease or drought could kill off crops. Bacteria like E. coli can cause recalls and shortages. The very trucks that bring us our food run off diesel. And diesel is at an all-time high. And those added costs, guess who takes those? The consumer. And driver shortages could mean slower restocking of shelves. And a container ship could get stuck sideways in a canal somewhere. I don't know, I'm just spitballing. But all I know, it's a terrible feeling when you need something and the shelves are empty. Let's not forget that food prices are expected to keep rising even into 2023. So, if for some reason our income comes to a grinding halt, be it a work injury or worse, a economic collapse like a depression, we can lean on our supplies to get us by while we hunker down and wait it out. Obviously we're going to need fresh food, but we're working towards that with a greenhouse and preserving and canning, and we have long-term storage too. We're slowly building up. It's all baby steps. What it also isn't is panic buying. That's grabbing whatever everybody else is buying and then ultimately emptying the shelves for everybody else. Toilet paper. Storing food is methodical. You know, just grab an extra item on a grocery shop. Look for deals. Sometimes you can find the 3 for $10 deals and just grab the 3. Set a budget, stick to it, and maybe forego the processed sugary items that we love so much and just put that money towards food items that you can store away. Because I mean, we're gonna eat the food anyway, right? So just remember, store stuff you actually like and what you or your family will eat. Store what you eat and eat what you store. So we've been stocking up for a little while now. We had to slow down before we moved provinces because it would have been just way too much to move. But other than that, I mean, we've still just keep carrying on, and we're still nowhere near where we want to be, like near our goal to have 3 months worth of food and supplies. But we're getting there. You know, it's going to take time. We understand that. It's an exercise in patience for sure. Especially, you know, the way things are looking, it's almost a race against the clock because food prices are going up, and we don't know what next year is going to bring. So we just want to be prepared. And that's the whole point. You know, prepared, not scared. Now, some people might say, you know, what are you storing food for? You know, nothing's gonna happen. I'm not worried. I'll be taken care of. The grocery stores will always have food. They'll never let it get to that point. And that's fine. But if I'm wrong, I'll eat my mistakes. But if you're wrong, what are you gonna eat? It won't be our food. You can't forget about toilet paper. In 2020, we bought these from overseas somewhere, I think China maybe. We paid $60 for these 1-ply horrible rolls of toilet paper. But we keep them as a constant reminder to never be caught with our pants down again and not have anything to wipe with. Dry food is important as well. Like rice, beans and lentils, great to have. They store for a very long time. You can get pretty good deals too. I mean, we just got these for 50% off. I mean, just because the store says they can't sell it doesn't mean the food isn't good. So food is important, but so is water. Maybe even importanter. We ended up ripping through most of our stash during Fiona when our well was not working. We had to do everything through bottled water. So luckily we refilled them with rainwater so we can use them for washing and whatnot. But yeah, we're gonna reload on the water. Very important. So the rule of thumb for water is 1 gallon per day per person. That includes, you know, washing and personal hygiene, but mainly drinking. You need it. You can only go 3 days without water, so get yourself some water. Just like food and water, personal hygiene is very important. It's always good to stock up on shampoos, soaps, cleaning supplies as well, you know, and bleaches and disinfectants and stuff. But we'll touch on that in a future video. Pretty much organized, and there's a lot of holes everywhere. Now that we have more storage. Yeah, we got some more work to do. Yeah, some more money to spend. Well, thanks for sticking around and letting me ramble. In the last couple of years has shown that having a storage of food on hand is really helpful. I understand that it's getting more and more difficult to stock up. You know, keeping the grocery bills low on a family budget, you know, is not easy. You just do the best you can. Something is better than nothing. So if you've enjoyed this video, if it's been helpful, give a like or a thumbs up, leave a comment how your pantry is doing. If you're thinking about doing a pantry, or any tips on how to stock up, you know, leave them in the comments section. And see you in the next video.